Welcome everybody, we are here, we are live, and we are here obviously in the vehicle assembly building. At the conclusion of our last stream, I was building the lander portion of the Kerpollo 1. I've done a little bit, it's basically the same thing you saw at the end of the last stream. I've added, as you can see, been playing with the textures. The only other thing I did was add in, I think it's this one, yes. Right? Yes, I added in some nitrogen because it uses nitrogen to pressurize the capsule, and especially when the Kerbals start doing EVAs, it needs the nitrogen to repressurize that capsule. So I also got into like playing with these textures. Look at that beautiful little texture on that. Like I didn't even here, it's under subtype that you can. It's the first time I noticed that when I put that on there. Very, very, very nice. So what we're going to do today is we're going to, well, I want to fly this thing to the moon. I want to land on the moon. I have a couple of contracts. One is simply under the moon program to plant a flag on the moon, and that will finish off the moon program strategy. I also have this contract to bring Bill to Munar 5, which is a lander that is sitting on the moon. And so that's going to require a little bit of a precision landing. I'm hit and miss when it comes to those, so hopefully I'll do my best. And he's got to do some repairs on the landing legs. Really, he just has to hang around for 2 minutes around that thing. And we got all other kind. We got surface deployable science stuff packed in here and everything else. So let's get this ball rolling in the right direction by starting to add on to this craft. Oh, I should also mention as well, let's close the contract. I got too many windows open. Just to sort of, there are other happenings around the moon as well. I got a relay satellite, which is 1 day away from doing a burn to get it into an orbit around the moon. I got Munar 4, which I would like to hop into a new biome. It has collected all the science in the biome that it's in, and there's a biome really, really, really close by. But right now it's in pitch blackness, so it's got about a day and a half for that. And I also have Munar 3. Oh, Munar 3. Oh, that's a story too complicated. But I'm going to finish off all this kind of detritus too. But right now, this is where my energy is going to be. So let's take rid of that. So right now, this has 1,197 meters per second of vacuum delta V. If I can get this thing down to the surface of the moon, it should be able to get itself back to Kerbin without too much difficulty, but I need to still get it to the surface of the moon. And I think the simplest model for doing that is simply to build another stage that you will discard just before you land. I think that's the simplest of the models when it comes to building moon. I'm just looking at my, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a decoupler to put under there, and I guess I'm gonna also need a fairing. I do have 1.875 meter fairings. We'll build a fairing in just a little bit. And now what I want to do is start adding on fuel cans, and I'm thinking I kind of want to go bigger because I do have, let's go under engines, I do have the Poodle liquid fuel engine, which is a great larger orbital engine. I want to make use of that for this thing. So let's see. Oh wait, I want to go to fuel cans. That's what I want to do. And arrange them with the big masses on the bottom. Bugs me the other way around. And I do have, I think this is my only 0.25 meter tank. Do I have a transition? I hope I do. I must have some sort of transition piece between these two. Let's go to here where, oh, not that one, this one, where we can look at 2.5 meter parts. Oh, it's a big tank adapter. Yeah, there we go. Don't know why that was. And a Poodle engine on the bottom, and let's see what that kind of gives us. So there we go there. And I'm looking for a total delta V of 2,800 meters per second. That should be able to get me comfortably from low Kerbin orbit and then back again. And I'm at 3,000. This is way too much. Way too much. too much is fine. There we go. 2,940 meters per second. That's 140 meters per second more than what I need. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm going to play with textures once again because it's important for this thing to look good. Why not? And then we'll build this fairing. And then what we got to do is build an orbiter. And I am pretty sure this is going to have to be my largest orbiter to date. And although I do have the... you know what? No, we're going to do this different. Why not just... Sorry. That. Like that. And then close it off here. Can I close this? Close, 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 close. I saw it. There. That'll save us some space. Oh, and this thing's going to need an escape system too. We're going to put this guy on it. Oh, where did it go? What are you doing to me? There. Okay, well, I don't know why it's being that way. There we go. Put an escape system. How's that look? Gots to have an escape system. While I'm thinking about it, let's set up that escape system. So on the abort action group, we are going to need to activate that engine, and we are going to need to decouple that and probably deploy the fairing at the same time. In fact, while I'm thinking about that, let's take the fairing out of our staging. There. Okay. And we'll fix the rest of this staging. And well, actually, let's fix what we got. That makes sense. There we go. So I brought my delta V down with that trick, but that's only because of all this mass that we will be losing. Actually, hang on a second. You know what I want to do? Because I think I don't need to look at that. I got it here in Engineer. I think I want to add some more fuel. I would love to add... Shoot, I got to delete this. Sorry. Take that off for now. I want to add about another 1,000 meters of... I'm just thinking... Where is that? This one? I know I said 2,800, but I'd love to add just a little bit more to this. Take advantage of this nice big poodle engine we have here on the bottom. Even more. And use this for the upper part of our ascent as well. I can add more. That feels good. Delta V is good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Textures. We'll just put all these on the brown. That is really where I'm limited. Oh, shoot. I just see what I got here. I got this tank. Why don't I make advantage of that? So now I'm actually looking for around 3,800 meters per second. Let's put that one back. Beautiful. Okay. And then that way this can also take care of the upper stage. I think it makes it more efficient. Then you don't need an upper stage on this thing. Okay, let's build that fairing back. And then we got to build ourselves that booster. And I was saying, although I am doing pretty well, let me close. Although I'm doing pretty well when with engines, I am sort of starving for tanks. I'm especially in the 2.5 meter variety. So. Well, let's see how it goes. So, yeah, we're just going to have to build something. There's no way any of my previous lifters can do the job here. So, let's get a decoupler. And I think, unfortunately, pretty sure. Yeah, my biggest decoupler is still a 1.875 meter decoupler. I don't have 2.5 meter decoupler, so I think I'm just gonna have to live with that little gap. I don't have 2.5 meter fairings either, do I? No, I do not. So, okay. Yeah, hopefully that gap. It's gonna bug me, but it's life. Okay, where are my... This is my only bigger 2.5 meter. So what I want to do is put a bunch of these down. See what I can get pushing with my largest engine, which is the skipper engine there. And that is not a particularly monstrous thrust to weight. I want to get... Let me think about... another 30. I'd love this to get up to about 6,000 meters per second of delta V for the total. Let's take one of these off. More looking at this thrust to weight 0.91. I'll give it a go. It's not a lot. Okay. I'm going to have to do some fancy dancy staging here. Actually, I got a better idea. I have a better idea. I know what I'm going to do. Play with this for now. Let's just attach some more engines on the side. The other thing I'm really lacking for, because what I'd love to do here, I'll tell you what I'd love to do. I'd love to just do, like, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, that's going to lift a lot. And then you got 3 engines down there on the bottom. My problem is under aerodynamics that my biggest nose cone is this. Are these? So I think I'm kind of stuck with, let's go to my 1.25 meter tanks. I want to see, it's going to be a little challenging, but I'm pretty sure I can do that. If I do that, and then stick some Reliant engines on the bottom of it, how much thrust, and put these all on the same stage. Where are we here? That's 2.09, and about 1,700 meters per second. I think that is okay. And then some nose cones just to kind of pretend that's finished off. And then we'll get into some sort of asparagus-y type of staging. Now, what was I shooting for? About 6,000 meters per second. We'll definitely be testing this. So here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Get this decoupler. I got this on two-way symmetry, so there's one on the other side. We're going to get another one of these. Here, just do that for now and then just slide this up, silly. Actually, I'm going to slide this down a little bit and then grab this and slide this up just to kind of match the other one. We'll do our best to make this look good too. And then I'm going to take another one of these. This is going to be one homely rocket, I tells you. I'm not getting my... There. That about there. And we'll have all of our engines at the beginning. Let's put all these engines on the same stage. We're going to do some assessing. Okay. And whose stage is this one? That is that one. This will make sense in a bit. And that is that one. That should give us plenty of thrust at the bottom end, even in the... Yep, even if I go to Atmo for takeoff. And now let's see if we can improve our delta V. Our delta V is 5,819, and what I want to see is I now do have fuel lines, the external fuel duct. This is going to be, I think, going first. make sure of that. Yep. So I want this tank to feed into this tank, and then I want this tank to feed into this tank, and these tanks in the middle are already connected. Now I'm at 6,000 meters per second at delta V, plenty of thrust. So if I put on, just to sort of show people what the story is, if you've never done, this is the first time in this thing I've done this kind of asparagus staging. I put on the fuel delivery. Oh my god, my head hurts now already. But the important thing to notice, this is showing where the fuel is coming from for this engine. But if you notice the numbers, the 30s here, the 40s here, and the 50s here, the higher numbers get drained first. So what's going to be happening is, although this engine and the other engines beside it are being fed, are going to launch, are going to go at launch, all those engines are all going to come off of this tank, that's P50, priority 50, and this tank, which is priority 50. Then when these tanks are dry, we're going to stage them, get rid of those, and then we're going to go on to priority 40, these tanks. That's what the fuel lines are doing for me. You can actually see the arrow, the fuel flowing through these fuel lines. And then then all the engines are going to run off of these tanks, then we'll stage those tanks, and then it's going to be these last 3 engines to do the rest of it. And it's just a nice way of using, let's turn this off. There. It's a nice way of getting the most out of all your engines all the way up through your ascent. And hopefully it will work. You notice that Val is back in the roster, but although she's here, she's still officially not on duty. Not allowed to use Val yet. Okay, what else should be, where's the center of mass of this monstrosity? Right there. What do I, under payload, do I have I have nothing in the 2.5 meter variety. Everything's, yeah, that stinks. I should get some reaction wheels in here somewhere. But I don't want to increase the size of that gap. I got a feeling this thing might be an adventure. Where are my largest? The advanced inline reaction, I think. Yeah, those are the 1.25 meter ones. Let's see how it goes without additional reaction wheels for now. So we have that. I got me a feeling. Where's the center of mass and center? Oh, center lift is virtually non-existent. I got me a feeling I'm gonna need some additional control. I hate when they don't go where they're supposed to go. There. There. We'll turn the authority limiter down. I always find these things are way too twitchy. To 6, I think I had that at. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's get rid of the checklist for now. Okay, hopefully that will make that okay. I'm nervous about this thing. I don't think without reason either. I'm gonna stick, because I'm limited as to where to put them, but I'm gonna stick an additional set of reaction wheels right there. Now I gotta build this fairing again. Just for additional flight stability. We'll definitely be testing this before we really... Come on, close. You want to close. I saw it there. Okay. Ejection force up a bit. Clamshell deploy. Okay. This thing is a beast. Okay. Let's start going through our checklist. Are asparagus staging better than cheap boosters? That's a very, very good question that Coyote's asking. I'm going to use it because I can. I could, like I do have some pretty, like, monstrous SRBs. I'm not a huge fan of how early you get these. Like, these are ridiculous. I probably could have put those on. Oh, well, whatever. We're going to go with what I got. I've committed myself to this. And hopefully it isn't a mistake. Okay, fine print in the contracts, control. Hopefully I've configured the cabin. We've taken care of food, water, and oxygen. Waste doesn't matter. Radiation doesn't, well, it does matter, but we'll deal. Science is on there. Power generation's been taken care of. Electrical storage has been taken care of. Antennas have been taken care of. These were all taken care of last time. Propulsion. RCS, it won't have it. Parachutes are on there. Thermal protection. Lights. Lots of lights up top. Upgrades. That's a very, very good question. I stuck a Poodle engine in here somewhere. Where's that? Right here. It has 14. I think that should be okay. And how about this Terrier? This Terrier needs to work. It has a high priority. So, okay, that's cool. Cargo I've taken care of. Thrust to weights, we'll have to tweak that. Let's do that right now. Okay. So, this upper stage thrust to weight of 2.08 I'm okay with. Let's tweak down these other thrust to weights. So, these ones need to be tweaked down to bring down this 2.43. I want to get that more, I don't know, 1.9-ish. That's a lot. Something like that. And then finally we want to tweak this launch thrust down to about 1.33. And I'm going to do that using these engines. These engines actually are going to have very little thrust in them. They might not. Okay, interesting. I think those engines are unnecessary. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not putting engines there. I was turning the thrust down. I was still getting an adequate launch thrust. So why don't I make these instead of engines, turn them into, oh, those are big. Put another roundy fuel thing. Turn them into drop tanks that are going to be dropped. I'm realizing as well, I'm not being smart in how I'm putting these fins on. So I'm putting them on stages that are going to get dropped. So I'm going to put that there. Is there one on the other side? No, of course not. There. And I'm going to put this one here. That means I'm going to need to move this fuel line. I can just move it up. Also, now I realize, like, these tanks are going to get dropped here. So we've changed these now to drop tanks instead of... This is dorky. I love it. I love it. Okay, now I got to turn down this thrust to get the launch thrust down to 1.33. But now I don't have enough thrust. You know what? I don't think this is going to work. Okay. I know what I got to do. Fortunately, I can't turn this down so much because then I lose thrust in the upper atmosphere. Okay. This is the goofiest thing ever. What is that middle thrust like now? 1.75, 2.06. Maybe I can turn these down. These might be higher than they need to be. Turn these ones up. Oh my gosh, I'm eager to see this thing fly because I have my doubts. I have serious doubts on how this is gonna fly. Okay, let's put on some launch clamps. There. There. I have serious doubts about this thing. Okay, we're gonna have to do some serious fixing here. Oh, you know what I could just do? Oh my gosh. I was really being dopey. Why do I have... All I need to do, sorry. I know I was playing with these, this is stupid to turn these thrusts down so low. All I need here is to not have all the engines on at the beginning. I'm not sure why now I'm looking at it, why, that's not even necessary. Why not have these engines don't come on until we do this staging way up here. This is making much more sense. Sorry, I'm playing again. Now I can get more work out of these engines. This is full, yeah. These are full. That's full. That's full. I'm really being. Then these ones here. No, these are going to have to come down to here. Oh, these aren't full. Silly. Now they're all full. Okay. Now we turn these ones down. And now we can turn these ones up. Sorry, I didn't need all those engines on the bottom. Now things are looking sensible. Okay. Sorry, that took more time than it should. Save that. Okay, let's check staging again. So there, that. Okay, let's do action groups. The fairing comes off at 5, along with decoupling the escape tower and toggling that engine. At 0, we're gonna put on our lights. This is when we're in space, and there should be a communitron in here somewhere. There it is. That communitron will be extended. Also, under lights, now that I'm thinking about it, these guys, the Illuminator Mark 1s, I don't want them coming on with the rest of the lights. Instead, I want them connected to the gear action group. There we go. They are there. Okay. And then that way they come on when we extend the landing gear when we're ready to land. Oh, my golly golly. I'm seeing Rob DeVos saying, what are the burn times? That's a good question. This one will burn for 5 minutes and 50 seconds, and it's burning from launch right up to the end. I might want to... we'll test this. Because some of these engines are going to be burning for a long time. Thank you, Rob. You're absolutely right. I'm particularly concerned, especially with the middle one, which is going to be fired right at the beginning and right through the whole launch. All right, I'm gonna save this. We're gonna put it into a simulator. Did that. Check the staging. Okay. We're gonna simulate this and see how she flies. He says very, very, very dubiously. I put the odds well against this thing making orbit on my very first try. But you never know. Oh, I didn't put any smart parts on for the staging, so I'll have to stage manually, but that's okay. Testing is doubting. Well, I'm playing this game without doing any reverts, so testing is pretty much what we has to do. Okay, I also did no strutting in here, so this thing might turn out to be a wobbly gobbly mess, but we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna run our launch script, going for an 80-kilometer orbit with no inclination. Oh, what? Oh, run. Oh, did I spell launch wrong? Oh, I didn't put on. Okay, sorry. I don't have my boot script installed. Switch to 0. Oh, this is. There we go. Launch 0. Okay, so there's a list of some things I gotta fix. There we go. Now it's going. I wasn't on the right drive. Oh, yeah, beeps! I forgot about the. We're off. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I gotta fix that. Plant mass equals 0. Yeah, fix that. Okay, starting the pitching maneuver. I forgot about the beeps. That came up on the Discord, and I'm really, really sorry. I forgot the name of the person who recommended those beeps. And I gotta stage manually. This is really embarrassing. We gotta do some fixing to this thing. Who showed me how to put those beeps on. And I'm very, very appreciative. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the name of that person. But that person knows who they are. There we go. Now we're just on these engines. It's really, like, I don't know what it is, if there's an asymmetry in here somewhere, but look how hard the rocket is pitching over to stay on a 90-degree heading. Something is not quite right. So we definitely have some tweaking to do on this thing. It was me, thank you, Benjamin. Yes, of course. Benjamin was the one who did that for me. Yeah, I love the beeps too. Alright, so this... Oh, we just nerfed the thrust as it's supposed to do. Honestly, I thought this thing was going to be a wobbly monstrosity. There's something out of balance. I'm not sure what it is. It really wants to lean to the left from this view. Think from the left? Yeah, I don't know. Well, to one side for sure, and I'm not sure why. I'll have to check thrusts and things. It is correcting itself, so that's okay. To be honest, it's doing way better than I thought it would. I thought this thing would be, like... I thought it was going to wobble apart on launch. So I'm actually pretty pleased. Okay, I gotta get ready to stage. I forgot that was never intended to go right up into space. This guy's finishing off our final part of our insertion. That was always the plan. And there goes the fairings. That worked out well. I gotta admit, I'm kind of... It's in a bit of an inclined orbit, 1.3 degree inclination. Because of whatever that asymmetry was right at launch. I have to figure out what happened there. But honestly, we'll see how much delta V it has when it gets up to the top. I would love it to have a total delta V of about 2,800 meters per second. Once we have achieved our orbit. That's what I'm shooting for. Or clearly more would be nice too. You know, I don't think it needs to have more thrust here. I don't think it has enough thrust. Adjusting thrust to 0.9. I guess it's supposed to do that. Okay. I'm catching up to my apoapsis here. This is what's got me concerned. Because when this time to apoapsis hits 0, you can see it up here too. That means we're going to stop going up. We're about to be starting to go down. And going down means not getting to space. Okay. Well, it wasn't a complete disaster. Let's terminate that. I might have to figure out why. Okay, what on earth could have been that asymmetry at the very beginning? That has a thrust weight of 3.35. The one on the other side is 35.5. This one has a thrust weight of 78.5, and this one has a thrust weight of 78.5. The thrust weight, I keep saying 78%. The thrust limiter is 78%. That's at 100%. This one's at 100%. This one's at 100%. What about the mass? I mean, I've done everything symmetrically. I don't know. There's the lift. They all look lined up to me. You know, maybe it was just some wobbliness at the very beginning that, I don't know, that got it going in the wrong direction. That could be. Why don't we try a bit of strutting? When in doubt, struts. That couldn't hurt. Make them white. Like maybe that was the problem. Let's do some auto strutting too. This joint here probably is wonky. What I always find when you get auto strut, when you have these sort of transitions in diameter, I find the game doesn't seem to handle those very well. Auto strut. Where's the auto strut? Okay, why am I... Oh, that's because I'm sticking on a Poodle engine. Auto strut. There we go. And oh, there's also... Oh, that could be... I know what might be. Auto strut. This gap right here could be a problem. Let's see if we can auto strut. And auto strut here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that helps. I need smart parts for the staging. I need the Drainix. So this will detect when this tank is out of fuel, and oh, I put 2 of them on there. There's no reason for that. It just needs 1, and we'll stage when it's running out of fuel. I'm gonna put 1 on the other side for this one. Same thing, and 1 for the central core stage, like that. Okay, and we can play with textures. I mean, why not? Orange seems to be the theme, so let's go orange, 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 orange. Oh, whoa, whoa, what happened there? Oh, I changed the Poodle. Shoot, I don't, okay. I didn't realize I could do that. Okay, change that guy. That one. This is all purely aesthetics, what I'm doing here. Let's get the... Always like that. I like it when they're in the atmosphere. Put these boat tails on them. And is there a texture on the fins? Oh, there is. Okay. There, let's go that. Okay. What else did I need to do? Well, maybe the auto... Remember to save it to a subassembly. Yeah, Benjamin says, remember to save this to a subassembly. I definitely will do that. I tend to do that when I'm not streaming so that people, you know, don't have to watch me. But I'll definitely save this if I can get it to be a working rocket for me. I've really done very, very little. These are the ones that need to be a little bit stronger. You know, there's even textures from Restock on these guys here. If you look, I don't need the checklist anymore. Go away. There's some really nice. Like I'm a sucker for these textures. Look at that. I can make it orange. You can barely see it. Okay. I think thrust in the upper stage. You think there's probably not enough thrust in that upper stage. That could... Well, it should be okay. There's not much I can do about it because that is at full thrust, as is all of these guys. But it wasn't. It was the script that was turning the thrust down too low. It might have been the script was just messing up. I'm going to run it one more time. And, oh, I do want to... Sorry, one more thing is... Where is the KOS thingy dingy there? I need to put the boots and there. Okay. Okay, let's try simulating this again. Oh, Torque and Kerbal Engineer, yes. Very, very, Dionicus said, check the torque in Kerbal Engineer, and that is a very good idea, and I will do that when I'm back in the VAB and see if that rectifies the situation. But right now we're going to see if this thing flies a little bit better. Just, I don't know, we'll see. So run launch 080N. Because it looks better now, it certainly should fly better. Isn't that the way these things should work? Okay, we are off. And I'm not seeing that hard over pitch happening this time. I think there was something wobbly up at the top, and right at launch, something went wonky. And, there we go. That's working now. That wasn't me. Now the script is doing it. Dropping. Are those going to drop like right now? They should. Ugh. That's a little sketchy. They look like they're going to drop right on the... Are we going to see them hit? Dropping right on the launch pad. No, they're not. They're falling in front of it. There they go. Not too far from the launch pad. This, you know what this reminds me of? This isn't a very good, like, these are too small. Really, like these radial boosters. It reminds me of the Kerbal, the stock Kerbal X that you can do. And I always thought that was a stupid design, and here I am building something much too similar to it. We're not getting... Oh, it is off-center again. Why? I wish I was paying more attention, but it is off-center again. Did that happen at a particular staging event? We're definitely going to check that out. There's something's not quite right. Destructible buildings are on, James. They are on, so yes, I can blow up my launch pad. This is not an ideal design. If I had more, if I just had actually 2.5 meter nose cones, I would put, or even 0.875 meter nose cones, I'd be building bigger radial boosters here on the side. I mean, I suppose I could keep it like this and then flare it out. That would work. Because I have the tanks that transition from 1.25 to 1.875 or to 0.25. I guess... Oh, sorry, we're about to get a staging event here. That's one way around it. Here we go. This time it increased the I don't think it had the thrust up as high as this last time. I think something went goofy with the script because I was doing the staging. I think we have more thrust here now. At least I hope I do. I don't think the script adjusted the thrust up high enough before. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. But there still is an asymmetry in there somewhere. I don't know how much time I want to spend puzzling it out, though. Alright, how are we doing, how are we doing, how are we doing? It is definitely performing better. We're not... Our apoapsis is now moving away from us, which is exactly what we want. So that was a script issue, not a design issue. All right. Yeah, maybe something is slightly off-center. It didn't happen at launch, though. It happened after a staging event. So now I'm kind of very, very curious. We'll investigate in the VAB one more time. But if this ends up working for me okay... All right, we've hit our target apoapsis. I might just live with it. Whoa, jeez, I hate that. I started... okay, we'll just watch it. Okay, we are in space. It's setting up our circularization burn. The circularization burn is 207 meters per second. And we will still have over 2,800 meters per second left when that is all done because there's 3,055 left. So I am pleased with this. I think I can just... I think I'm going to end this. I think it's good enough. So let's terminate. Terminate the simulation. Let's see if we can figure out why there's that asymmetry. Then I want to launch this thing. I flat out do. It isn't the worst thing I've ever built, but it is far from the best. Okay, let's open up Kerbal Engineer. We're going to take this off a compact, and what we're looking at are these torques. And there are torques. The thing is I find hard with these torques is I don't know what's a lot of torque and what's a little bit of torque. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of torque because there is some asymmetry in the placement of all this gear and everything here. But I would think there has to be something bigger than that at play. Just looking at how these things stage. I'm honestly thinking it's just going to have to be a mystery for another time as to why the torque gets worse as we go down further. Why? Why is there... Because everything is symmetrical down here. I'm sorry, I just don't want to spend too much time puzzling out why that's being so stubborn. So we're just going to live with that little bit of asymmetry. We're going to save this. And I'll figure it out another day. Now, our crew, our brave crew, we're going to bring Bill because Bill does have to come along for one of our contracts. But I'm also going to bring along no pilot. I'm going to bring Bob. Poor Bob has yet to be in space, so Bob is going to go out there with Bill. They're going to go to the moon, land on the moon. There's a probe body in here to do the piloting for them. So I think we're going to go for it. So launch. This one is not a simulation. This one is the real deal. Change the camera angle so it looks down from the top and see if it all is symmetric. Yeah, I'm going to try it, Malcolm. We'll watch it as it goes up. We're going to watch this very carefully as it goes up and see if we can identify... this is the contracts I want here. See if we can identify where things are happening. So what we're going to do is, as this ascends, I'm going to be watching where does all of a sudden this pitch indicator start to go goofy. And we'll kind of watch it from, I don't know if I want to watch it totally end on, but try and figure out what's going on. But right now, we're going to run our launch script. Again, 80 kilometers orbit, and we're going to go. This is it now. Getting our countdown. Nice. See, right now, notice pitch is exactly centered. It's having no trouble flying straight. And then the yaw knocks it over because it's starting into its gravity turn. And again, that's normal. No, now I can see the pitch is starting to creep over. See that? It has a tendency to want to drift towards the south. It's consistent. But for the life of me, I cannot figure out why. I'm wondering if maybe there's a bit of an asymmetry in these control surfaces, because it seems to be getting worse as we pick up speed. I'm wondering if I'm looking at you. This one. I think it's got a tilt to it. And I'm wondering if these are not quite in the center. I'm wondering if that is the culprit. Either way, we're flying now. I'll puzzle it out later. It got into orbit. That's all that matters. Okay. You know, it isn't quite a terrible looking thing, I don't think. Very, very big on the bottom. But then again, it's very tall. I mean, the poodle is right here, right? Like, this is the spacecraft from here to here. So 3/4 of this length is spacecraft, not booster. All right, we're getting our Kerbal Engineer data up here. Do you see that? I didn't put a Kerbal Engineer chip on this thing. But that's because we have an engineer board, and when you put an engineer board, you get this extra data from Kerbal Engineer. That'll be useful. I just really didn't get in the habit of putting the Kerbal Engineer chip on it. I find that when I'm down here, there's not everything. There's some information I would prefer to have down here as well, but unfortunately, because of this asymmetry, there is a 1.3 degree inclined orbit we're going into. Oh well. Alright, and there goes those. That all works fine. I should keep an eye on their health here. I want to keep some Kerbals alive. They have 10 days worth of supplies. And a trip to the moon and back is usually like 2 days. So 10 days is, you know, if they might even, like, if things go wrong, I probably still have time even to give a rescue. Like, again, knock on wood that doesn't happen, but should be okay. All right. You up here. And yeah, I'm seeing James saying it's best to deploy the fairings between 55 and 60 kilometers. It all depends whether you're under thrust or not, and quite frankly, on how heavy your fairings are, because, you know, I was under thrust for most of that, and it's nice to lose the mass, but if you're not under thrust, then hang on to the fairings. I might be pushing them off too early. I don't know. I'm not really played too much with exactly what... I got it at 50 kilometers. That might be a little early. Of course, it also depends on how unaerodynamic your whole vessel is. Okay, coming up to our burn. Let's time warp to that. And it'll finish off this circularization. And then, hopefully we're on our way to the moon. Okay, oh, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. And yeah, and then this whole, and hopefully if I have this all planned out right, this stage will be empty. Will empty while we're doing our descent to the moon's surface, and then this thing can land. That's the plan. We'll see how well I've got it all planned out. Okay, and that is close enough to 80 by 80. This program has ended, so we're here. Well done, gentlemen. Bob is in space for the very first time. I'm gonna put this. This is a wonky thing. I'm amazed this flew up as well as it did. Just gonna put that up there for the solar panel so that we can do ourselves some generation. Let's get ourselves out towards the moon. Again, let's clear away all the detritus here. Where's the moon? We will set that as a target. You know, it's one thing I did not think about until this moment is, of course, there's a 50-50 chance that Munar 5, which we are aiming for here, is in the dark right now. That would be not good. I don't want to do a landing in the dark. But, well, I guess, well, it is what it is. Oh, this isn't... Okay, that's all right. Let's put on landers. Where is Munar 5? There it is. Beautiful. Nicely placed in the daytime. I think I'm going to do a correction to try and make me more equatorial, because I can see that Munar 5 is very close to being... It's just barely above the moon's equator, so we don't have to be that inclined. But anyway, let's tweak this in. Then we'll do a bit of a correction. That's a little too... Come off a bit. I'm going to go for about 12 kilometers. Down from there, there we go, 12.5 kilometers. Okay, that's good. That's good. And because we in no way trust Bill or Bob to fly, we're going to use KOS. Let's switch over to the drive that's on the... Switch to... I always forget the word to. Switch to one. That's the drive that's on the ship. And I should have a couple of programs here. Yes, CircularizAt and X-Man program. So let's get ourselves to our burn. It's coming up very quickly. And we'll run our X-Man script, if I can type. Get itself ready here. Still a ways from the burn. This is going to be a 49-second burn. There's a healthy thrust-to-weight ratio on this engine. Might tweak it down after this. What is the thrust-to-weight ratio on that end? 1.56. I guess I'm just used to tiny little probes and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Should be getting ready to do the burn. One and go. Nice. Very quiet engine. I can't even hear that. I don't know if that's meant to be that way or if that's sort of a game issue. Oh, you know what we got to do? We got to do this before we get into high space is... we have the EVA Science Experiment Kit that we can do EVA experiments from, and there's a space version of that, and there is the on the surface of something version of that. It is very adorable, the animations, and I want to do it in each of the biomes we're going to cross, because I think it is quite a healthy amount of science. So, according to this, we have 25 EVAs available, so I hope that that is not lying to me. Okay. Burn is complete. Is that looking okay on our way out to the moon? Let's get rid of this. Oh, we got to tweak our orbit anyway. It overcooked it just a smidge. But what I want to do before we're out of low space, I hate how wonky this is, is I want, you know what I should do? Let's turn down the wheel authority on this. I think that'll help a lot. I don't think it's really necessary to be as big as it is there. Okay, let's open up here and open up our cargo containers, because somewhere we have that EVA kit. There it is. Now, I left an empty space on purpose. It is because if you want to do this cargo move around stuff, Bob doesn't need his parachute anymore. You definitely want an empty space so you can play musical cargo things. I've had that situation before where all of a sudden I filled it all up and then I couldn't move things around. So there, and now Bob has, I am giving it to Bob, the EVA Science Pack. We're going to EVA him. Now I want to pay attention to this because I've had issues with EVAs before, but we have 25 EVAs available. We'll do an EVA and then we'll see how much we got left. So Bob's going to go out and he has to let go in order to do this and put on his RCS pack. Put his lights on too. Put them this way. And I gotta be careful because let's just stop him. Okay, I'm getting too picky. I am using up the monopropellant in the ship when I do EVA pack stuff. Okay, where is the EVA experiment? No. Come on. Do I have to right click on the experiment kit itself? Am I missing it? Surface EVA report. Okay, I thought there should be. Sorry, let's get Bob back down here again. Did I give him the wrong thing? I gave him a repair kit. Bob's not doing any repairs. Silly. Did that come up in the chat that I gave him a repair kit rather than the EVA kit? There it is. So, oops. Let's do another bit of switching around here. That goes to here. This goes to here. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, go fast, Bob, fast. He's almost out of low space. Come on, where is it? Perform EVA science. Woot, and all right. So that is the. Now I've never done this with Kerbalism before. Oh, it does that. How does that work with Kerbalism? Or maybe it doesn't. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we're going to get back. Let's get back because I don't want to waste that too much. It's a nice demonstration of the intermediate axis theorem. We'll get back inside. Board. Now, what's happening? Did we pick up some? Oh, we're transmitting it. It's working. Okay, we're cool. Now, that's space low. We can get out and do another one. What is... See, now we're down to 20 EVAs. And by my count, I did 1. You know what? I think I'm going to calm down the EVAs. We'll do more on the way back if we have them, but we definitely want to make sure we can do EVAs on the surface. It's always an issue. I don't quite... Okay. Should have put more nitrogen on this thing. Alright, we're on our way to the moon. We got to do a correction, though. We're going to do a correction about midway, make this a little bit more equatorial. It's really small. A little bit radially outwards. Just playing. It should be okay. About there. All right, that's 15 credits of science. A little bit more. That should be good. 13 kilometers. That should be good. A little bit inclined. Again, this is our target here. Oh, that's the Munar 5B. No, that's Munar 5. It's right. Okay. All right, let's get ourselves to that burn. It is in... And in fact, let's turn down this thrust a lot, because I know it was said 0.8 seconds for the burn time. That's the gimbal limit, silly. Thrust. Okay, let's get out there, open up KOS again. Should not close this window. We're going to be using it over and over again. Okay, let's get out there. Okay, run that Xman script. Okay. So let's see, we've got 39 seconds. Let's get to where this burn's going to happen. Oh, I can see the moon over here. Here, let's watch this from the moon's end. So just want to just make this a little bit more equatorial. And nice. I'm happy with that. Okay, back onto... Let me turn down this gimbal limit. Maybe that is what's causing all the shaking and everything. There we go. That's better. Still pretty shaky. Wheel Authority, even less. Okay, let's get ourselves to the moon. Get this done. Warp to here. Now remember to do those EVAs on the way back. And then that way, those EVA experiment things on the way back. But right now, I'm worried about making sure they got enough EVAs just to deal with being on the surface. Okay, we are here. Now, I do have another program here to run circ_at, which is circularization at, and I put in PER for periapsis, and it should... Yay! There we go. Look at that. It should create the circularization orbit for me. Again, nice time saver. Let's... Oh, we need... This burns too long. Let's increase... Oh, I'm increasing the gimbal limit again. Oh, the thrust await's berserk because it's considering the moon. 34-second burn sounds about right. Okay, let's get down there. There's really... No, we've done EVA reports. We've done everything we need to. Seismic scan in the moon's northwest crater. That's one of the probes on the surface. And, oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? We're getting an alarm. Munar 5 is coming up to its maneuver node. Okay, we've got to deal with that. Or MunRelay 5. Alright, so let's jump to that ship. We got to deal with it, sorry. This has got to be put on hold. Got another maneuver. It's 5 minutes from its maneuver. More nitrogen. I got to remember that. More nitrogen is what this needs. Okay. Again, we'll open up KOS. this thing at maximum thrust? It is. Okay. Do I have my Xman script aboard? I do. All right. Excellent. So we can close this. And what we're doing, just to kind of remind people, is this guy was put into a geostationary orbit for a contract. But I still have a contract, if I go to here, to put another relay around the moon. So that's what this burn is for. It's putting itself into, let me look at the moon here. Focus our view here. It's sending them over towards the moon, and around the moon I already have relays. I already have a relay network here, and I want to put this satellite that's in this orbit into the identical orbit as this polar relay to help me get 100% coverage of the surface. But in order to do that, well, we first have to get out there. So let's time warp to the burn and run our maneuver executor. Okay, where is the moon? There's the moon. Oh, it even looks like we're even aiming for it. Sort of. Okay, time warp just a little bit closer. Okay, go. This is going to be a little, let's do a little bit of physics warping because this is going to be a little longer. Hopefully that'll be okay. Make this go a little quicker. Hopefully we can get the whole moon landing thing done before we have to come back to this thing. And physics warp off. And I can see a nitrogen conversation going on in the chat. Okay. How are we? That's beautiful. I love that. Boink. Going. Not, the plan is not to whack into the moon. So what I have to do next is set up a correction to have myself, let's think about this. This satellite's coming this way, so I got to come north. Definitely don't want to whack into the moon. Oh, this is going to be more than I was bargaining for, I think. I maybe should have combined those two burns together. Okay, let's see. Can I get more? Nope, nope, go more this way. This is in an orbit of 377.37 something. So I'm just adjusting the timing to try and find the best place. I think I might have just found it. Nope, a little more. Yeah. Out there. Oh, I hope this has the delta V for this. I'm a little worried now. This burn is more than what I anticipated. Okay, what's this one again? 377.3 something. I'm sure that's good enough. Don't have to be uber precise here. I think it was 377.35 if I'm recalling correctly. I'm sure that's good enough right there. Okay. And we're going to have to make a plane change when we come in here too. This burn is coming up in 3 hours. Good. That should give us time to do our landing. So we're going to set up an alarm clock. And this alarm give us 5 minutes warning to tell us to come back here. But now what I want to do is get back to the Kerpollo 1. Boom. Go. All right. Let us turn off alarm clock. Open up our KOS terminal once again. Burns coming up in 34 minutes. Let's do it. Boy, it seems to be... Is it me or is it time warping really slowly? There we go. And run again our maneuver executor. I do think that this all goes much more quickly now that I'm using KOS to do these sort of repetitive tasks rather than doing them manually. So this is 266 meters per second for our capture. There's still 783 meters per second in this stage. So it should be, yeah, it'll be running out of fuel during our descent. That is the whole plan. Again, super quiet. I think that can't be right. It should make noise. Bob are making noise. This is our first orbit of the moon for Kerbals. So a lot of milestones coming Bombs and Bill's way. And we are done. Okay, and that is 13 by 13 or close enough. Close that. Again, normal vector for solar panels, even though right now we're in the night side. And let's start thinking about this descent. So actually, I'm going to take off KOS because I don't really need it. I do want to open up my SCANsat map. And I want to put it on the biome. Well, how about the altimetry one? That's good. That's good enough. All right, so let's take a look-see and turn off the relays. They really don't matter. But the landers certainly do. And oh, look at that. There is Munar 5. Let's set that as a target. Is there a way... I think I'm a little... we're going to go for this. I think our orbit's coming over it reasonably well. I'm a little nervous, but, well, you know. It is. Let's open up. Shoot. There, it doesn't seem to... Can I... No. All right. We'll deal with that. So... Let's just put this to the side for now. I'm going to keep it... it's as small as it gets. Oh well. We'll just tuck it down here out of the way. Okay, I want to land here, so I'm going to time warp till I'm about 1/3 of an orbit ahead of it. And then we'll begin that descent. And if I'm sounding nervous, I am a little nervous. My first putting Kerbals down there on the surface. Let's put this onto the retrograde vector. Start thinking about this thing. Did I set this as a target? Set as a target. That helps. Okay. All right. Let's start burning. This is just to sort of get us into the ballpark. I'm going to definitely overshoot with this, and I want to make sure to pay attention to the terrain. I don't want to end up coming too close to terrain. That seems all right for now. Okay. Still 510 meters per second left in that stage. Again, the idea is that this stage is empty because we're not landing on this engine. Can I open up... Can I use Waypoint Manager to my advantage? That is a very good question. Open up Waypoint Manager. Oh my gosh, I got all kinds of waypoints. Let's switch... Contracts. I don't think there's anything useful here. I was hoping I could get a waypoint for that target, but add a waypoint. No. Okay, forget it, forget it, forget it. Okay, we'll just do it from here. So I'm going to time warp. Let our cells get close. Okay. Because I'm honestly really not... Let's turn our camera this way. I'm by no stretch of the imagination a guru at this. Let's turn that onto there. Okay. And I'm going to put on that. You know, I don't think I need SCANsat. I don't think it's helping me. Let's put that off. Okay. Get ourselves closer. Why am I not seeing a waypoint for our target? Is it really that far away still? Okay. You can see the retrograde target icon here. Actually, what I should do, sorry, is I should make sure my target, yeah, let's burn a bit southwards this way and get our orbit right over top of our target. I was hoping SCANsat was going to be more of a help for me, but not really. Just going to bring that trajectory downwards. Just a little bit. So it's coming right over that target. Hopefully that's going to be very close. Put that back on retrograde again. Let's get ourselves to the... Oh, now I can start to see a waypoint. That helps. Definitely want to see that. Okay, getting to the edge of this big crater. I've forgotten what crater this is. I'm really bad at remembering my craters. So what we're going to do... Yeah, let's start lowering this trajectory a little more. I want to still overshoot so I can just... there. Okay. Still 465 meters per second left in this stage. I think there's a lot, so I think I'm good for fuel. You can add a waypoint using the SCANsat map. That's what I thought. Well, I think it's too late to fiddle with it right now. I thought I could put something on there with the SCANsat map. As per usual, I didn't bother... planning this out too well. And thinking about these things ahead of time. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do it from here. I know I can get into distance to target and figure out when I need to slow down and all that kind of stuff, but I think I'm better off just watching this trajectory and just trying to come as close to the target this way. Okay. I definitely don't want to overshoot. Well, I don't know. The easiest thing in the... I think I got to start slowing down more. The easiest thing in the world is to overshoot this. You can watch this retrograde vector. That's what I should be doing. Just full thrust. Here. Whoa, whoa. I want more on this. There. Come on, slow down. More. More thrust. Slow down. I think I need to go like this because I don't want to be... Watch that speed coming down quick. We're coming down super quick. Okay. Oh my god, this is chaos. I'm sorry if I'm not talking, but I'm tense. Honestly. I'm gonna live with that. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. That shouldn't have gone as well as... Well, I'm not down yet. Come on, slow. There. There's absolutely no way that should have gone as well as it did. That was chaos. That was pure unadulterated chaos. Oh my gosh. But I'm only 100 meters away from the target. I am perfectly happy with that. I have over 1,000 meters per second left in this vehicle. That should be able to get me back. Oh, let's put down some ladders here. Oh my gosh. We'll go plant some flags. We'll go do some stuff. Oh my gosh. I gotta come down from that. I think my heart rate's going like 100 miles an hour. Come on, Bill. Let's get you out here. We'll do a flag. Now, let's see. Let's look at our cargo. Because Bill also has a parachute, which he does not need. There should be some empty spots here. Yeah, let's put our parachute back to there. Oh, wait. That's not... That's Bob. Did I just even... Oh, no. No. I'm so... Oh, this is Bill. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Too many containers there. He doesn't need his parachute. Really, they don't need their EVA packs either, really. But I don't have the space for it. Because I don't think I can get a light. No, that's too big for the... Okay, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. Let's just get down there. Let's do the flag. Get that over with. Come on, Bill. I am still tense. All right. There we go. Oh, we're close enough. The repair is in progress already. Notice that Bill's got the longest arms in history. Where's the probe? The probe's way over here, and he's repairing it somehow. That's pretty amazing. You're fantastic, Bill. Okay, let's we'll make a little ceremony out of this. EVA. Now, how is his inventory doing? Oh yes, you know. Yeah, we'll figure this out later. Let's just get this done. Ah, boom. I tested the ladder on the surface, so the ladder should be fine. But yeah, probably ditching the ladder before the EVA, getting rid of the, in case they need the EVA packs to get back in. But I think they should be okay. All right, Bob's gonna put his lights on. Bill is gonna plant a flag, and that should be the. Oh, the other contract's complete too. The repairs got done too, and all the time we've been fuddling about. Okay, so here we go. This is the Kerpollo 1. This is Bill and Bob. And their message is, we got here first. Take that, Jeb and Val. All right. A message for the ages for sure. Okay, let's see here. We do have... Now, I do have other stuff to do. The contracts are done, so I might as well get rid of those. That's the reason we came here. But I do have some of this surface science stuff. Whoops. Let's actually do a test of this ladder, make sure he can get right up to the... But I think he can. Oh, yeah, he's there. Look at, see? He can board again. Okay. Let's see if we can do another bit of shuffling about. Can I get... This is the... That's too big. Okay, where's an empty slot? Please tell me there's an empty slot somewhere. Okay, I know what I can do to create an empty slot. Right here I saw the repair kit. I know we can carry a repair kit along with this EVA pack. Now we can put the EVA pack here. Oh, but that did... Okay, this is all our inventory containers. Can you carry solar panels at least? Hey, all right. And now I can put this back here. Okay, now we got the empty slots. We're good. We're good. Actually, what I want to do first... No. Let's not get carried away. Okay, let's put down those solar panels, Bill. We got work to do. Now, I always get confused with this EVA science stuff. It really kind of drives me bonkers. But I think the way it works, and it has to do with the classes, and there's nothing obvious about it at all, but I think you need to have an engineer to put down the solar panels and the central core unit, I'm hoping, and a scientist to put down the experiments and to start them. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, here goes the solar panels. They should deploy. They're deploying. Okay, let's get the bomb. Bob. Okay, and I want Bob. Oh, I'm on the flag. Why am I having so much? There's Bob. And Bob's going to get that other science stuff. And as we empty stuff, we'll have more slots. Actually, Bob can do that EVA science. Why don't we do that? While we have it, and then we can get rid of that thing. So, EVA, perform EVA science. There we go. I'm hoping everybody has seen this before, but I think it's absolutely adorable. And 4, and off it goes. And what's special, I love the little wave. Nicely done, Bob. And that's, again, more science for us. 30 science for hitting a golf ball. Get him inside. Okay. And we should transfer our data to here, and then that should start transmitting. And then what we need to do is open up again our inventories here. Why is there not... I thought there'd be an empty slot somewhere. Okay, okay, Bob needs to give his EVA back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there isn't an empty slot. Okay, from now on, 2 empty slots in the cargos. Not 1, 2. Okay, so Bill has 2 empty slots, so we're going to give Bill this and this. All right, now we're coming back here. And we want, I think that's the experiment here, this one. That is the deployal science experiment. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 30 credits just got transmitted. That's from Bob's golf ball experiment. Can you trade inventory places by putting one item on top of another item? I thought I tried that in the past and it didn't seem to work for me, but of course... Oh, this isn't working. Put down. There we go. But then again, I could easily be wrong. Let's try that out. Anyway, Bob's dropping that. Let's get to Bill. Well, there's Bill. Okay. Let's try that dropping inventory items on top of other inventory items. See if that works. Maybe I'm just crazy. If that's the case, then this is way simpler than I think it is. Okay, so we want this thing. So if I just drop this on top of this... Oh, they do switch. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, my gosh. What a life. Okay. And this is sort of the command center for this stuff. And space. Now, if I'm understanding correctly, the Kerbals have to interact with this. Yes, there's a little F there, interact. And I think that's him turning it on. Hopefully that was done correctly. And then he needs to interact with this one. Right? Maybe not. Maybe the solar panels just... Oh, yeah, interact. There we go. Oh, he's using the gentle touch. Well done, Bill. Okay, and then get to Bob. And Bob will need to turn this thing on, interact with it. Bob's much more gentle. So hopefully this thing is now doing what it's supposed to be doing. I hope it is anyway. I don't see any science happening. Oh, wait, yes, science 0.021 science points per hour. I don't know if that's good, bad, or whatever. It seems like a pitiful amount to me, but what do I know? Is this thing producing power? States powered. I don't know. I find units produced 0, units required 0. Shouldn't it be producing units? Come on, Bob. Or Bill. Says power units produced 0. Is the sun too low? Did we lose the sun? Maybe that's what's going on. Well, oh, we might be out of the sun. In fact, if we are out of the sun, we need to sort of bolt on out of here, don't we? I think we do. I think we should bolt and get ourselves back to the KSC, because I think the sun is set, and I'm kind of getting concerned because this thing has a fuel cell as backup, so we should be okay. I did bring along some lights. Let's set up the lights, and then I think we'll call it a day and get ourselves back. So lights. I'm not going to bring these lights all this way and then not use them. Lights. What is it? J and L that rotates? Yeah. Okay. Drop that. Don't fall over. Light on. Not very bright, is it? And I like that you can pitch these around and rotate them. It's kind of a neat idea. Well, that's the blink period. Now rotate like that. I like that. That's pretty neat. Okay, light is on. Okay, let's get the other one, Bill, and then get you inside. Yeah, I still do have a shadow, but I don't... Oh, there's the sun. So I don't know why this thing... I don't know why that thing is unpowered. Okay, we're not in the shot. We still have sunlight. It's not a panic. In fact, having the sun low like that probably helps with these solar panels with the way I placed them. Okay, Bill... We have one more light. I know I brought 2. There we go. Okay. Then it's time to get aboard and start thinking about returning home. Oh, I still got to do the EVA science, EVA report, EVA get surface sample. There we go. Space. And light on. That is the dimmest light ever made. Like, is it just me? Oh, I turned the blink on, silly. I do that with the... Okay, that's the light should be on now. Okay, you wouldn't know it. All right, let's get out of here. Up you go. Board. Did I get the personnel interactions wrong? You clicked on yeah, I did. I don't. I find the EVA science the most confusing thing, and I know it's me, and I know I'm not the brightest bulb in the tree, but whatever. It looks good. That's, I think, all that matters. Let's do a surface sample and an EVA report. I haven't done that yet. That's all important. Okay, those are now collected. We'll bring those aboard. All right, and sort of check on the status of these guys. Board. Okay, looking at the Kerpollo 1. See, I'm glad I did. Now I'm down to just 5 EVAs left. So I'm glad I did what I did. But you know what? I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking we're gonna have to bring these folks back home next time. So I got 1,000 meters per second. It'll also give me some time to think about whether I got these things set up correctly. Hopefully I do. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody on the chat. I want to thank everybody who is watching this at a later date. And we'll see you all. Have yourselves a great weekend, by the way. And we'll see you all on Monday. Thank you very much. Bye.